This week, the full-length trailer for the Avengers was finally released.
We get our first real look at Assassin's Creed 3.
And Prometheus starts its viral ad campaign.
Today is Friday, March 2nd, 2012. Welcome to March, guys.
March is a month.
Yeah.
How do, Jake? You do?
I'm good.
You do?
I'm good.
How do you do, Eric?
I do.
I do too.
Huh?
Do you do? You better.
If you're not following us on Twitter and you have not liked us on Facebook, please do so by clicking the links down in the info. You won't regret it. And in case you missed any of the videos this week on Pretty Much It, we had reviews of Project X, Snowtown Murders, and The Lorax, as well as an interview with the cast of Project X. So definitely check those out by clicking the link down in the info. And finally, if you are new to Pretty Much It, we have a feature called Choose Your News, where all along the bottom of the screen, there are annotations to click any topic that you're interested in. You don't have to watch the whole video, you can just watch what you're interested in, or you can watch the whole video. Are you okay?
No.
So without further ado, let's get into the movie news from the week. Now, the first thing I'd like to mention is not really a news thing so much as something I think is really cool. It's the 100th anniversary logo that starts, before any Universal movies. The Universal 100th anniversary logo has been revealed, and it's going to be playing, I guess, with the Lorax this week in 3D. I think it looks incredible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really couldn't have seen the way they're going to screw it up. I mean, it's very simple, show the Earth. Universal,
have it wrap around, yeah. And it is exactly the same as it always is, but just better, and that's
epic,
super improved.
I love how you can see space in the background. That was the best.
Now, this is going to play before all their movies from now on. This is not just for this
that's
year.
Incredible.
I think that's awesome. I would love to see it every time I see a Universal movie.
It's so epic, and it comes out, and the words come out, and then dun 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 dun, and then the world just blows up. Right?
That doesn't happen.
No, but it should.
Next big news story is the Avengers, obviously. We had the new poster and, more importantly, the new trailer. We'll talk about the trailer when we get to the trailer section of the video in a little bit, but first off, let's talk about the poster that was released. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they should have just called the movie Iron Man and His Amazing Friends.
Yeah.
The worst part about the poster is that it looks exactly like one of the Watchmen posters. Like, exactly.
I mean, even the colors and everything. I mean, just the shot of the city. I mean, I bet you can argue, there's a lot of posters.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the Watchmen one wasn't super original either, but it's a similar concept. But it's just kind of silly. And like I said, we're going to talk about the trailer, which is obviously considerably more important than just the poster, but that will be in the trailer section, so just hold off. Hold your horses.
Keep the horses in the pen, okay?
The next bit of news is very exciting news, in my opinion.
Everybody has opinions.
Yes. The viral campaign for Prometheus has begun, and it started with this awesome clip of Peter Wayland, and he is played by Guy Pearce. And basically, it's a clip of the character in 2023 giving a speech, and it kind of sets up his... It sets up what Prometheus is, essentially.
Now, I'm positive Prometheus, the movie, cannot take place in 2023.
Okay.
We're not going to have intergalactic spaceships in 20 years.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No, that's not even 20 years.
Oh,
that's
what is
10
it?
years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So this clip obviously must be a huge precursor to the movie.
The thing is, it's been said that Guy Pearce has a 30-second or so scene cameo in Prometheus the movie. So is that a flashback, or is he just in it?
Or is he
Or
aged?
is it a video? Or is he aged?
Now, Ridley Scott has... somebody asked Ridley Scott, what's the connection between Prometheus and aliens? Because people have been dying to know. And Ridley Scott is saying that Peter Wayland is in it. And that's it. That is the only connection.
Has to be more than that.
Of course, he's full
such
of shit.
bullshit.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Well, it's not so much that he's lying. It's that he wants to keep it a secret.
Well, of course.
I can appreciate that, but...
But the pictures of the space jockeys and all that, I mean, no, Ridley, the secret's out.
This viral marketing video was awesome just because it really kind of sets the thematic tone for what Prometheus is going to be.
However, it wasn't made by Ridley Scott.
No.
But it definitely, and he oversaw it, obviously. But it definitely sets it up, I think, very well. This movie's going to be epic. It's going to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. Moving on, the next two stories are about the third in a series movies. The first one being Men in Black 3. Now, Men in Black 3, if you don't know, had a lot of troubles with the script when they were working on it, but I didn't realize it was as bad as it was revealed to be. The director revealed that they actually were shooting, and I think I knew about this, but I didn't really think about the fact they were doing this. They were shooting without the script finished.
Oh, wow.
But it gets worse. He said that the screenwriter was on the set writing the words minutes before they would say them.
What is Will Smith gonna say next? It's gotta be something funny.
Now, is that ridiculous, or is that just me?
That's completely ridiculous. I mean, I remember when I worked on it. I worked on it twice, and the first time I worked on it, they said this.
They asked you to write the script.
Hey, we need a funny idea.
Here you go, Mr. Smith.
The first day I was on it, everybody was like, "Oh, this is our last day of bee shooting." All that stuff, but then I worked on it a second day, so apparently they did a lot of reshoots because they dropped the ball.
The director also said it's either genius or really stupid that they did that. He said, if it turns out that everybody loves it, this is so stupid. He said, if it turns out everybody loves it, then it's genius. But if it turns out that everybody hates it, then it's really stupid. No shit.
Wait,
like,
well,
what kind of revelation is that?
Like something I would say.
So unfortunately, because of this, my expectations for Men in Black 3 have lowered, although I don't know how high they were for anybody anyway. I was looking forward to it. I still am looking forward to it, more just for fun. But I'm not expecting much now. That definitely wasn't the smartest thing to say before the movie comes out, but okay. And the other third in a series news that we've got for you this week is some more Ghostbusters 3 news. Now, it's not necessarily big, huge news. It's more just...
what we talked about last time.
Yeah, it's what we talked about last time about Ghostbusters, but it's kind of clarifying that Bill Murray's out. Dan Aykroyd said, he's out. He's not going to keep beating around the bush. Bill Murray's not going to do it. But the worst part is that he said he was like, I'm still for it. I'm gung-ho, And he was like saying that the studio's still interested. And I'm like, well, obviously the studio's still interested. Are you kidding me? They don't care if it's good. But he said that, he was like, I want it to be perfect. And I won't do it unless it's perfect, but it's already over.
It's ruined beyond repair.
So while I was interested in seeing if it had any potential, and then obviously it turned out that it really was going nowhere, it looks like, fingers crossed, Ghostbusters 3 will not be happening.
Biggest news of the week for video games. Following a series of leaks, Ubisoft has released the official box art for Assassin's Creed 3, revealing a lot.
Now, I don't know these games, but I have to say I think it looks awesome. I would play this game.
Me too. I mean, I played Assassin's Creed 1. I played it for like 20 minutes and gave up.
You weren't
on
into it now?
I mean, I didn't think it was a bad game, but I just could not get behind the controls. Like, if you walked like faster than any other person in the game, all the bad guys were like, "That's him!"
That's him. I got him. He walks that speed. Now, I know people that are crazy for this game.
Oh, yeah, Assassin's Creed is a huge.
And I don't know about you. Do you like it?
Moderately crazy.
So, and I don't know anything about it, but I will say that just from the images that were released, that one thing that was leaked, and then the box art itself, I think it looks awesome.
I might be sold on this right now because like one of the biggest problems I have with Assassin's Creed is that like I really hate that time period. I don't think that time period is interesting at all.
I can understand what you mean.
It's like you horses, hay barrels. But in this one, it looks like you got hatches and guns. It's like Mel Gibson all over again.
Yeah.
Revolutionary War. If you guys haven't seen what we're talking about, you can check out the link of it in the info box. Check out the official Facebook for Assassin's Creed because they're going to reveal probably the official trailer and more images and stuff.
I can't wait to see that.
I believe March 5th.
Only a couple days away from today.
In other news that I'm not really excited about, but a lot of people are losing their minds over, Pokemon Black and White 2 is coming. The first time a Pokemon Color is getting a sequel.
Now, you know what's
crazy.
what's the funniest part about this? The most people that are excited about this aren't kids.
Right.
It's like 17 to 25-year-olds. What happened?
Not much else is known other than it's coming in the fall, and it's going to be for the DS, not for the 3DS. I think that's a terrible move by Nintendo, because nobody's going to buy the friggin' 3DS.
Well, Nintendo makes a lot of dumb moves these days.
They do.
Right?
Yeah. Gaming news that aroused me the most this week was footage finally put out of a canceled Batman game, Gotham by Gaslight. It looks really interesting. It takes place in the Victorian era, and you're Batman, and it looks so cool. Why
He's
did
selling
they
it
cancel
short by saying it looks interesting. It looks amazing.
Why did they cancel it? Oh.
Now, is that based off a Batman comic? Like the
Yeah,
Victorian
it's one
Batman?
shot.
It was a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
But it was just a one-time thing, and it was like not related to anything else.
No,
so.
it was like totally weird.
It's about him hunting down Jack the Ripper. So
Yeah.
clearly it's irrelevant to other
Cool,
things.
right?
It looks like something that I would love to play, and I think it looks amazing, and it's really too bad that it's not happening.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of gadgets would Victorian Batman have?
Ropes.
Ropes? Like, I'll lasso you.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think it's awesome.
I mean, like,
He actually would have a pistol.
Batman's main edge is that, like, of his gadgets, like.
Yeah. But he could come up with some gadgets.
His main real edge is his detective work. So this is like the basis of it.
It's more of a detective-y game?
Yeah.
Like a stealth game?
It's really a nothing game.
Right, well, it doesn't exist, yeah.
The footage, which you guys can see in the link in the info box, it's unfinished, obviously, and it's just Batman walking around at night in the Victorian city. It just looks so cool.
It does.
Picture Batman Arkham City, but Sherlock Holmes.
Now, were they developing this before Asylum? Or
this was...
I feel like it was at the same time, no?
It's like at the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought that, Rocksteady held the rights to a Batman video game at that point.
Warner Brothers holds like the overriding rights.
Oh,
so
okay,
Warner Brothers
alright.
was shopping around for like a small indie kind of alternative Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up picking up Batman Gotham City Imposters, which we reviewed a couple weeks ago.
Oh, they picked that over this?
Are you kidding
That's
me?
what I think, yeah.
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, right?
No, Batman, no. And the last bit of video game news is an indie game called Anti-Chamber, and this is basically just Portal on LSD, and that is like the best combination I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
This looks incredible. It looks like Portal. It's a puzzle, progressive game, but you're on acid.
Insane, tricky as all hell. And by the way, if you want to check it out, you can click the link down in the info. The trailer was posted. I think it looks amazing myself.
Just everything about it, just like geometry and just where the way colors work is just completely flipped around. Like,
yeah.
I am 100% sure the guys who made this were all tabbing acid.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa!
The art style, it looks like a combination of cell shading and like sketch. Like
Yeah.
it just looks so, but completely like, oh.
It almost looks like
I don't even
drawn,
know.
some of it.
It really looks like the most original design I've ever seen for a video game, definitely.
I can't wait just to see how it plays.
I don't think it had a definite release date, but on the website it says due out in 2012 for Mac and PC.
A couple months ago, this game was shown at the gaming convention PAX, and it's going to be at PAX East, which I'm going to be at, and I'm going to be able to play it. Who gets to play it? I do. Sorry. What are you going to do?
Yeah, the game comes out this year.
Moving on to tech news, we've got, well, you know what? We're going to need somebody nerdy for this, so...
I love iPads. What's up?
So in the tech world, there's a big thing coming up next week, March 7th. That's a Wednesday, I believe. The iPad 3 announcement. Now, I don't think Mike cares much about this.
No,
But
no.
Jake and I, I wouldn't call myself an Apple fanboy, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you're comfortable admitting that. I am not an Apple fanboy. I really just like to get these products specifically because they all sync together. I do think that other stuff looks good. I think the iPad, personally, is the best tablet out there. So I'm very excited to see what comes of this.
Now, the things we are expecting, to the average onlooker, it might not seem like that much of a big upgrade worthy of buying, but it will have a Retina display, a way higher quality screen akin to the iPhone 4 and 4S. It's going to be awesome.
I'm really excited for that.
Other than that, it might have 4G service, it might have upgraded cameras, more RAM, stuff like that.
I wouldn't mind if they just did away with the camera on the back, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
and just beefed up the front camera.
Yeah, and HD. A lot of people are saying it's going to be called the iPad HD.
I think they're going to call it the iPad 3, or I hope they call it the iPad 3, but that really is irrelevant, I guess. I'm just calling it iPad. But we'll find out next week, like I said, March 7th, and we will talk about it in next week's video,
Yeah, next week will be-
we'll see what happens.
Geeking out.
Geek in my pants.
And the last bit of news we've got for you is TV news. Actually, the Jimmy Kimmel The Movie trailer. It's not really news so much as just something I want you to
Yeah.
see if you haven't seen it.
It's
It's worth
incredible.
watching. It's like a 10-minute almost video.
10 minutes. It's literally 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's basically tons and tons of actors, huge actors.
Uh-huh.
You got like George Clooney. You got Helen Mirren.
Gary Oldman.
Oh my God! It's
Bryan
like-
Cranston.
that's the best part. That's
Oh,
the best
yeah.
part of the whole thing. And it's basically just a goof on like every genre. Of course, overall it's just funny, but it's a goof on every genre, and it was on Jimmy Kimmel's After the Oscars special, and it's absolutely hilarious. You can check it out by clicking the link in the info, and I highly recommend that you do.
They should have just put that in the Oscars.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. Like, I have never seen something like that,
Like
ever.
You want to
Like,
revitalize the Oscars? This
you
next
go.
year. This needs to happen more.
It just needs to be a movie.
They should. You know what? They could have broken that up into like 5 pieces
Uh-huh.
and put it throughout the Oscars, and it would have been incredible. I don't know why they won't do it.
I'm not a fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but this is the funniest. Now I'm a fan of him just because of this.
Next up, we're going to talk about the trailers that were released this week, and I mean, I'm really more excited to talk
lot
about
of
trailers.
important trailers.
We got Avengers, we got Frankenweenie, and I'm excited to talk about them, but first we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Quick! How quick?
Quick.
Go.
Is enough time to go to the bathroom? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I'm so sorry about that. I know that I should be more professional, and that really wasn't. I hope you guys can forgive me.
All of the trailers that we're going to talk about can be found by clicking the links down in the info, and the first one we have to talk about, of course, is the Avengers. Pants were shat all across the entire land.
Which land?
All of it.
Which
all
land?
the land.
America.
All of the
Every
land?
land.
Oh wow, that's a lot of land.
It was amazing.
Even though the poster was really crappy and no one had their freaking masks on, it was really nice to see a lot of action with Captain America's helmet on, Iron Man in the full armor, and them all fighting each other. And explosions.
It was
and,
definitely nice to see them actually work as a team. Like even it looks like they're fighting each other a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Now, my only problem with that, I think we're all thinking of the part in the woods with Thor.
Yeah.
And the only problem is I feel like that's going to be the type of thing where there's a lot of... I don't know how to put it, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of scenes that don't fit together super well. You know? It almost just seems like, well, we're going to have a fight with them in the woods. How do we get to that point?
Let's make a bet. I'm going to try and play out the entire Avengers storyline right now.
Okay, ready?
Right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Avengers meet. They don't meet up too well. They got a couple of conflicting issues. They fight a little bit.
Hulk, obviously.
Aliens take over, and then they become friends. They beat the aliens. The end. We'll see you next summer.
I actually think that the scene when they're fighting in the woods, I think it's going to be like, oh, Loki made them go crazy to fight each other, because it looks really
that
random.
does happen a lot in
Yeah,
Marvel comics.
it looks
that
really
would be
random.
different then.
But that's stupid.
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought you were saying
Sorry.
you liked it.
Now, let's talk about the last part of the trailer.
You
Iron Man
like
gets
that?
shot out of the sky.
Oh, that.
Yeah, he gets shot out of the sky. He comes falling down, and then Hulk catches him and grabs onto a building, and that was really cool, right? I bet
Yeah.
you were like, oh, because that's what you do.
I thought it was cool.
But I don't know. As much as it was really cool, I just feel so detached. I guess I'm just getting tired of all these CG
I'm
characters.
so
running
happy
around.
that you said that because I'm feeling the same.
I feel like you.
Wait,
Where's
well,
how
explain.
you?
Explain to me what you mean.
Well, it's like when Iron Man 1 came out and they were just starting to hype the Avengers. I was like, oh my God, the Avengers is gonna be so amazing. And now the Avengers is finally here. I'm like, oh.
Might have hyped it up too long.
I mean, it's just like maybe I just got older. I'm just kind of like getting over that that mysticism I had more as a teenager.
Maybe.
But it's just like, oh look, it's the Hulk. Like that's
I think the problem is just that we're used to them.
maybe
It's nothing new. It's like a mix of things that aren't new. That's what it is.
I guess.
So, I mean, I totally get what you're saying. I don't think I mean, I would say I don't feel it as much, but I wasn't most excited for Avengers to begin with. It's not my most anticipated anyway, and it never has been. I was excited for it, but it wasn't never like my number one movie of all time. So I feel like I've kind of just stayed on the same level.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, don't get us wrong. I think we're all excited.
Oh yeah.
And we will be there to see it at midnight. However, I do get what you're right?
I got other friends. I'm not gonna see it at midnight.
Why do you always... You know what? Wait a minute. We gotta... Cut this. Don't film this. But it does look awesome, and I mean, I think I speak for all of us, and I mean all of America, when I say I think it looks awesome, or we think it looks awesome. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out by clicking the link in the info. Do you think it looks good? Who are you seeing it at midnight with?
You guys.
Next trailer is Frankenweenie. I did not know how to feel about this at first when it was first announced. And the reason is because I was obsessed with the original Frankenweenie when I was a little kid. I was in love with it, and I watched it over and over and over again.
Can you explain it to me? I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, before we get to explaining it, you do know what it is, right?
I saw it so many years
Okay,
ago.
so you don't you just know what it is, but you don't remember it very well.
Yeah.
All right, well, basically it was Tim Burton's old black and white film, and I think it was a short film, wasn't it?
It wasn't animated.
And it was a short. Yeah, okay. I was going to say back then it felt like it was 5 hours long, you know? But it was a black and white short, and it was not animated. It was live action. It had like Shelley Duvall and Daniel Stern, and it was awesome.
Was it like attached to a movie? Because it was a short.
No, I don't remember. Well, back then I don't remember how it was released, but I do remember I had it and I watched it.
Now it was a real dog. It's not like a cartoon dog.
Jake, stop. Now I'm a little excited that Tim Burton's kind of going back to his roots with the stop motion, but man, Tim Burton, I don't think I've liked a Tim Burton movie in years.
Yeah.
What was the last good Tim Burton movie? Big Fish?
Big Fish, but that was so long ago.
I
No,
know,
I definitely liked something since then.
So
I didn't hate Corpse Bride.
I really did not like Corpse Bride. That is my biggest fear with Frankenweenie is because I hated Corpse Bride.
Well, it was your biggest fear, but now that you've seen the trailer, what do you think?
I think it looks great because, like, we discussed this. Like, Corpse Bride looks like they put too much work into it, and it was stop motion, but it looked too fluid.
It looked too perfect.
It didn't look like real stop motion. But
This
with
looks pretty
this,
old-fashioned.
it really looks like old-fashioned stop motion.
Like, and also it looks like his drawings come to life.
Which is
the dog looks exactly, and the kid, they look exactly like Tim Burton's drawings come to life, and I think it looks awesome.
I love that it's in black and white.
Oh yeah, that's
cool.
fantastic. I'm
Good
surprised that they are ballsy enough to do that.
I wonder if they made all the little characters, in color or in black and white when they were filming, or if they just converted it into black and white.
I bet they made him in color just in case something went wrong. And they wanted to do it in color. Like if test screenings didn't go well, you never know. I'm excited for Frankenweenie. I'm very excited.
Me too.
It looks like it's going to be great.
It looks like Tim Burton is kind of like back.
Yeah.
It looks like pretty much his style is back.
It looks like it could be a very good thing for Tim Burton, so I'm happy for him. I'm excited. I'd love to see him return to form, I guess you could say. Next trailer is just a teaser for Despicable Me 2, and now, did you guys see Despicable Me?
I
the first
did.
one?
No.
I mean, it was cute.
It
I
was
guess.
a good kids movie.
Yeah, it was a good kids movie.
was
I didn't care
definitely-
for it much.
Definitely wasn't a bad movie, but if you got kids, it's definitely it's perfect. You know, but
This looks like more of the same. This is just a teaser with the Minions. That's it. But I can imagine that kids will go ape shit for it, and
I don't think I can even really comment on this because it's like
it almost feels like it's not for us.
it isn't. It's
But
completely. It's just a kids movie.
You've got kids movies made by other companies that they are also for adults, like Pixar.
Pixar, they make movies for everybody.
Right.
Despicable Me looks like they're really.
I
going
bet
for
you
it.
if you asked the people that make Despicable Me, they'd say like it's for everyone, and it's like
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it's really not. It's just for kids. But I'll probably see it honestly because I saw the first one. I'd probably see the second one. I guess the 3D was cool. It was enjoyable. But I think that the Minions are great. I like them, and the little teaser trailer is funny. So I'm sure Jake loves Despicable Me. Next trailer is one that I think is interesting and worth discussing. Neighborhood Watch. Now, when you guys watched the trailer, what did you think?
I remember the second that I was like, I'm not going to see this movie is when they showed every single main character in the car at the same time, and it's Jonah Hill,
Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn.
Stiller. So I was just like, no. Yeah.
I can understand how you feel about that. What about you?
I like Ben Stiller, but that's it. I was like, oh god, where's Kevin James? And this is gonna be the
Yeah,
perfect
that would
movie.
be terrible. But I'm actually the opposite. Ben Stiller's okay. Vince Vaughn is good, but I love Jonah Hill. I know you don't like Jonah
I don't
Hill.
like Jonah Hill.
I absolutely I'm in love with Jonah Hill.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I might like Jonah Hill in this because I think Jonah Hill is a perfect in an ensemble cast.
Yes.
He's a perfect third wheel. I mean, I love Superbad. I thought Jonah Hill was hilarious in Superbad, but that was it.
I can respect that, but I definitely was excited to see Jonah Hill in it. And I thought the end of the trailer was funny, the end of this teaser. However, the interesting thing about it is the plot of the movie is that they find out this neighborhood watch of these dads that want to get away from their families. They find out about a plot to destroy the Earth. So this trailer really didn't show much of that.
No, it didn't.
Any of that. And I don't know if it's like an alien thing or if it's like a terrorism thing. I don't know.
It's definitely original. We haven't seen if it's
guess.
going to be a good original.
So,
thing
I
yet.
mean, we'll see what happens. I'm interested just because they didn't throw it all out there in the trailer, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. So, I guess we'll see. Definitely worth looking into, though. Next trailer is That's My Boy. It's an Adam Sandler movie. It's R-rated, and I think it looks terrible. Did you watch the trailer?
Bullshit.
At first, I was like, oh, there's still hope for Adam Sandler, but it looks kind of...
Yeah, I was excited to watch the trailer because I was like, oh, an R-rated Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Great. I think it looks pretty damn bad. I mean...
I think there's absolutely no redemption after Jack and Jill.
No, he's done?
There's no redemption for me.
He's
That
done?
was it. That's
okay.
it.
Next is Piranha 3 Double D, I think is how they're calling it out loud. I mean, I did not see Piranha 3D,
Well,
but...
the thing about Piranha 3D is like they're not making like a scary movie that's in
Right,
3D.
it's a goof.
It's a goof. Like they completely know that this is all ridiculous.
And for that reason, I think it looks pretty funny. Like the guy when he's like Bring me my legs. I thought that was hilarious.
Piranha and I guess Piranha 3DD is like the perfect movie to go see with your friends, just to like laugh at how kind of bad it is.
So-
It's not bad in a bad way. It's not bad in a good way.
Bad in a purposeful way.
It's bad in a kind of purposeful
It's like
way.
its whole genre, honestly. It's a whole separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't see the first one, so I'm not interested in seeing the second one, but I don't hate it.
I mean, like
It's fine.
the first one was a bad movie, but
Right.
I enjoyed watching it.
Probably entertaining. Yeah.
So good for them. It's fine by me. Next trailer is Bernie. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think Jack Black has potential. I feel like he hasn't been doing anything good for a long time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that potential as a comedic actor and potential as a dramatic actor, I think that he has potential all across the board, and he's not using it. I think that he looks really good in this movie.
My only problem with it, though, I feel like I saw the entire movie.
And
trailer
that's
showed
true. The
everything.
trailer shows like everything.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So I won't watch the trailer.
Oh, you didn't watch the trailer? Good.
Nope.
Don't watch it. Now, what's interesting is that it has like documentary clips in it almost, where
Yeah.
they interviewed. It's based on a true story apparently, and they interviewed real people about the actual guy.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but Matthew McConaughey also is in it.
Isn't it?
And he
he's
looks
being
hilarious.
Yeah, he does.
He's actually been doing things recently like characters that are perfect for him, and I think that's really interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. Couple other trailers released this week. The Moth Diaries. Did you watch that trailer? Did
Nope.
you guys watch it? Did you watch
I
it?
did, yeah.
I think it looks okay. I'm
I
going
was
to check it out.
vaguely intrigued.
The reason I want to check it out is because it's written and directed by the guy that wrote and directed American Psycho.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's got to be something to it. So, we'll see about that. Also, we had trailers for Touchback, The Deep Blue Sea, and Attenberg. And that's all the new stuff for this week. Now, moving on to the poll. Last week's poll was, what do you think will win Best Picture? And you guys guessed correctly, so we are going to start using you for bets.
As always.
You guessed the artist, and the artist won, so... So after the Oscars, I started a new poll, and the question was, what do you think was the biggest disappointment at this year's Oscars? And I wasn't surprised by the winner. The main choice, and the winner by a landslide, was that Harry Potter got snubbed for the last time. But the second and third winners of this poll were Drive not being nominated for enough, and 50-50 not being nominated for anything. So I'm surprised that you guys cared about 50-50 that much, actually, over other things that came out, like Apes. Apes was not... I would have thought that would be the third place winner. But... The Harry Potter, I'm not surprised by. That is sad that it didn't get as much recognition as it deserved. This week's poll is going to be, who do you want to be the main focus of the Avengers? As of right now, it looks like Iron Man is the main focus. Captain America is kind of supposed to be the main focus. So who do you want to be the main focus? Out of all the Avengers, click the link down in the info to go over to our Facebook and vote in the poll, and we will announce the results in next week's episode of Pretty Much It. And while you're over there, please like us on Facebook. Finally, the giveaway. We're giving away all kinds of Project X t-shirts, so I picked 4 winners, 2 people from Twitter and 2 people from Facebook. The winners are KJ Prowlix. I don't know if that's his name. It might have just been a Twitter thing. I'm not
cool
sure.
name.
It's hard to say. I don't know how to say it. Jessica Jones, and then from Facebook, we've got Whitley Nicole and Spencer Devine, all of which sound kind of like, I don't know, crazy names, yeah, but okay. So congratulations to you guys. You're getting t-shirts mailed to you, and thank you very much for helping to spread the word and entering the contest, I guess. You're not helping spread the word, you just want free shit. But really, thank you very much for entering, thank you for watching, and thank you to everyone that entered. And that's all we've got for the week. So the battery's gonna die on the camera. We're actually kind of racing the clock right now. Maybe we should just see how long until the battery dies. Let's just sit here and wait until the battery dies. Oh, before it dies, I totally forgot to say, and that's pretty much.
The gaming news that aroused me the most.
Good luck saying it.
the gaming news that aroused me the most is.
Oh man, we made it. We made it.
All right. Yeah, it's gas.
Is that a poo-poo? Is that a fart? Did you break? Did you break? You hear him? All right, so we'll just go real quick. I think just say that it's coming up. next
Yeah.
week. I wasn't gonna give you a high five, but
then why'd you go?
I was just like this. Then you went to do it, and I went for it, and you didn't even go for it. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?